Alright guys, so in this session we will be talking about Bangladesh shifting geopolitical landscape and its implications for India. Now if you look at it, I think we are doing the third video in this week about Bangladesh. We have done a video on nuclear power plant related thing, right? The Russia related concept, and we have discussed also about national anthem change, national flag change, etc. And the concerns associated with all those, and the influence of Pakistan also we have discussed, especially when I talked about national flag, national anthem controversy. Now when it comes to this topic, why I have taken this topic is because again there is a professor from Dhaka actually made a statement which is quite concerning actually, and I would say it's very bad for India. So that they are saying that Bangladesh should depend on Pakistan for nuclear power. So that's not a good news for India actually. So we have already discussed about the shifting towards Pakistan, and at the same time when you are saying that a professor from that country, and especially from Dhaka University, when they are claiming that it is not necessary that you need to have nuclear power or possession, right? You can have a collaboration with Pakistan and you can have a nuclear power. So that is quite disturbing. So that's the reason why I have taken up this topic, and we will be discussing about that in this particular session. And in fact, the professor was also emphasizing that this is what Pakistan want to convey to us, and Pakistan is determined that they are supposed to protect Bangladesh from India. So all these are very much concerning, and in fact we all know that Pakistan is not known for its peaceful use of nuclear power, right? And even Pakistan is a country of A.Q. Khan, who was again accused by his own country itself that he is selling nuclear secrets to other countries. So this is why I said it's quite disturbing and it's quite concerning. So let's look into that details. So here, if you look at nuclear ambitions and Pakistan's alignment, so professor's statement is that a Dhaka University professor advocates for Bangladesh nuclearization and going for a collaboration with Pakistan. So he's saying that you don't want to possess nuclear power. In fact, you can go with a collaboration with Pakistan, and Pakistan is determined to protect Bangladesh from India. So such a weird statement. Now, nuclear ties emphasizing on developing nuclear cooperation with Pakistan despite historical tensions. Here, what I mean by historical tension is the 1971, right? So there was a lot of genocides and everything, but the current government, they are saying that whatever happened has happened. Let's, try to forget everything and we'll have a peaceful, better relation. And there is a move towards better cooperation with Pakistan also. So that is again very concerning. Guys, these are key points. This is what you just need to take down if at all you want to. Otherwise, everything can be self-explanatory. I have just taken this topic as the news has come. Now, perception shift, attempt to alter India's perception of Bangladesh through nuclear deterrence. Okay, now, Pakistan's nuclear history. This point I have anyway discussed. Pakistan's history of nuclear proliferation raises concern about potential collaboration. So in case if there is a collaboration, that's why we are concerned. And I said already that the situation is not that good, it's bad. Such kind of statement from a professor, which is absolutely bad. Okay, so there is a concern. And non-peaceful usage. Pakistan nuclear program has been primarily focused on military application, and they don't have such policy of non-peaceful usage or no first use policy, etc. International scrutiny. Pakistan's nuclear activities has been faced global criticism and sanctions. Now, shifting academic discourse. University influence. The professors shaping future diplomats' perspectives on India-Bangladesh relation. So that is very important. Such a professor who's making such kind of statement, that's very impactful. Anti-India sentiment, growing narrative portraying India as a threat to Bangladesh sovereignty. So even when I discussed about that national flag, national anthem controversy also, we discussed that they want to change the national flag because that is a kind of secular flag, and most of the Islamic countries, Bangladesh is considering themselves as an Islamic country now and want to have religious symbols in the flag like Iran, Pakistan, etc. So that is one thing, and their assumption, or what they are arguing is that the national anthem, which was authored by Rabindranath Tagore, was imposed on them, right? So Amar Sonar Bangla. So they want to change both of these. Now the historical revisionism, overlooking Pakistan's role in 1971 genocide to foster new alliances, which is again, I have mentioned that Sheikh Hasina wanted to take this to UN, that 1971 genocide, but the current government, they are of the opinion that whatever happened has happened and let's have a new and better and strengthened relation. So cultural shift in Bangladesh. Bangladesh Press Club making Muhammad Ali Jinnah's death anniversary, again unprecedented move. Language politics. efforts to promote Urdu over Bengali, challenging linguistic heritage. So there is a huge cultural impact that can create if you try to promote Urdu over Bengali. The entire culture itself is changing. That's why I'm talking about a cultural shift, right? Bengali speaking people are still dominant. Identity transformation. There is a gradual erosion of Bangladesh's distinct cultural identity in favor of Pakistan's influence. Now, again, rise of extremist organization, which can also considered to be playing a part of this shift. In fact, Al-Qaeda affiliates, resurgence of terrorist groups with link to global extremist network, anti-India, campaigns. So extremist groups calling for West Bengal's independence from India, right? So radicalization concerns. So all these can be categorized under the rise of extremist organization and growing influence of extremist ideologies on Bangladesh youth. Now the international response, if you look at what's the response and what could be the impact. If you look at US, continued funding, they are still continuing and additional aid was given around $202 million to Bangladesh. India showing that growing concern, that's the response, and there is some diplomatic pressure, otherwise nothing much now. China, it's observing closely, and China is always looking for a potential opportunistic involvement in any such kind of situations and tensions. So if China can have an impact and influence in Bangladesh, and that can be helpful for China. If Bangladesh comes under the influence of China, again that will be a difficult situation. This I have discussed when I have discussed about Kenya's Chinese debt trapped in the context of Kenya. So I hope you have watched that video, and the same thing can apply here. And more importantly is we are sharing border with Bangladesh. That's a big concern again. Implications for India's security. Again, this is the point. Border security, increased vigilance along India-Bangladesh border may become necessary if these things are happening, right? If you are getting closer to Pakistan or if you are getting closer to China, then when we are sharing border with Bangladesh, we need more vigilance and more care, more precautions and preparations. Intelligence gathering, enhanced surveillance and information collection in the region is required, of course. Diplomatic engagement, intensified efforts to maintain that positive relation with Bangladesh. So I told you already, India's response, it is diplomatic pressure as of now, nothing much. Okay, so economic consequences, trade relations, potential disruption in bilateral trade between India and Bangladesh, right? So that can happen. Investment climate uncertainty may deter Indian investments in Bangladesh. Okay, and regional initiatives, impact on joint economic projects and regional cooperation efforts. So it can impact on that kind of joint ventures also. Diplomatic challenges. So there should be a balancing act which is required. India must navigate complex regional dynamics without alienating Bangladesh. So a kind of balancing act which is required. We should try to keep them, hold them with us, right? We should not have any such act where we alienate Bangladesh. So then they can go to Pakistan or China directly for a help. That should not happen. And multilateral forums, leveraging international platforms to address concerns and maintain stability. So we can look at different international institutions, and those concerns can be addressed through that multilateral or bilateral talks also. So this is where I have discussed about bilateral, or here we can talk about multilateral forums as well. So cultural diplomacy, emphasizing shared heritage to counter growing anti-India sentiments over there, right? So Bangladesh, we have a common culture, common legacies also there. So that can be used to protect the emergence of that anti-India campaigns and sentiments. So future scenario, maintain the status quo. Bangladesh maintains balanced relation with both India and Pakistan. So as of now, what it is better, it is okay. If you are trying to again move towards Pakistan, that will be a concern for India. Status quo means what is at present, what is the situation. If you are maintaining that, it's fine. Pivot to Pakistan, increased alignment with Pakistan will be straining the ties with India. And I told you already what are the issues that we will have. It can have, terrorist issue related issues. It can have border related issue. It can have an issue with respect to trades. It can have a lot of cultural issues as well, right? Again, this language change to Urdu, national anthem change, national flag change, all these are, bringing up controversies. Regional realignment shift in South Asia geopolitics, potentially involving China. So entire South Asia equation can be changed. China is a very good friend of Pakistan, and Bangladesh is getting very close to Pakistan, means China comes and India will be in trouble. Diplomatic reset. Renewed efforts to strengthen India-Bangladesh relation. Yeah, that is required. Now the conclusion, we need to have vigilant monitoring. India must closely observe developments in Bangladesh. We should not give such kind of opportunity to China or Pakistan to get into the gap that we create. So we should not create any such void so that the enemies will enter over there. Proactive engagement, strengthening cultural, economic and diplomatic ties. So diplomatic visits, that is through bilateral and multilateral forums, economic through trade relations and other things, and then cultural promotions, that is required. Regional stability should be maintained, maintaining peace and cooperation in South Asia. It's a priority now. All right, that's it guys. Thank you so much. I hope this topic is clear. So see you soon.